Hello YouTubers and fellow 3D printing enthusiasts. So I'm going to talk about how to do a trick in FreeCAD that allows you to print recessed pockets or holes without supports. Now what I'm talking about there is a lot of times in your models, like this little case I made for this CW Flea transmitter, on the bottom I have screw holes and I've got pockets for the screw heads, so they're recessed and they are up out of the way, right? Well, when you do that, you've got a hole in there that is being laid out over open space within that pocket. There's nothing to support the first loop of that hole, right? And you can do it with supports, which is what most people will do, is they'll print with supports. And then you've got to clean those supports out. That's post-processing that takes extra time. If you don't, it'll still work. But the first layer or two of that little hole that's being trying to being print in that open space is going to droop down and it can make a mess. Like in these, I'll show you a close-up picture of this. These are two recessed screw head pockets with no support and no special treatment. And you can see when you look at these how the first part of that loop just fell in. So why am I calling this the Prusa trick? Well, it's because this was originally brought to the attention of the 3D printing community through the STL files that Prusa provides for their printers. They provide all the part files for their printers. It's an open source architecture, which is why I love Prusa and why I bought one. But they do a trick in there that allows those holes to be printed within that pocket, an open air, without supports. And it was discovered by those STL files by Adam over at Vector 3D. He did a video on it. And then Angus over at Maker's Muse also did a video on it. They kind of showed really briefly on the screen sort of how they did it, but they didn't really go into detail. I went searching for tutorials and I found a couple on Fusion 360 and how to do it in that, but I haven't found any tutorials on how to do it in FreeCAD. So I'm making one. Let's go to FreeCAD and I'll show you how you do this trick. So I've created this simple part here. This is a common scenario I'll have where I've got a screw hole and I create a pocket for the head. And let's presume that this is the bottom, okay, bottom view. This is the part that's going to be on your printer bed. So you would, in a sense, be trying to print this hole in free space over nothing. So these are our pockets, all right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this internal surface here of our pocket, and I'm going to do a sketch on that surface. Now, since we are sketching on a surface that is below the surface of the model, you can see how the axis lines here disappear. We need to turn on View Section, which will generate a cross-sectional view at the surface we're sketching at. It's this icon here, View Section, or you can go to the Sketch menu and select View Section here. And when I turn that on, now we can see our sketch. We're looking at a cross-sectional view right down to that surface where we are sketching. And then I'm going to import some geometry with this Create External Geometry tool. I'm going to import our little circle from our small hole on both of these. So I have this center point to reference. I'll right-click to cancel the tool. And we'll come over here and we're going to select a centered rectangle. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make a rectangle that is as wide as our pocket and as tall as our inner circle. Okay. So my inner hole is 4 millimeters and my pocket is 6 millimeters. So I'm going to set those dimensions to match 6 and 4. And I'm going to do it on this other pocket as well. We've got multiple screw holes. We would do this with each of these, right? So we'll just do the same thing. We'll just set this to 6 and 4. I'll close that sketch. Now I'm going to pocket that rectangle one layer, or 0.2 millimeters. All right, so I'll hit pocket, and you can see it cut that rectangle all the way through, but I'm going to set the dimension to 0.2. So that's basically one layer when we're printing at 2 millimeter layer height. All right. Now I'm going to do it again. I'm going to create a sketch on this recessed surface. Okay, this is the surface that we just pocketed. That's where I'm going to create my sketch. And again, I'm going to import the inner circle so I've got that center point. And we're going to do a centered rectangle again. Only this time, we're going to do a square that's exactly the size of our small hole. So our small hole is 4 millimeters diameter, so we'll do 4 by 4. And then over here, we'll do the same thing. 4 by 4. All right? I'll close, and then I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to pocket that 0.2 of a millimeter. Pocket. 0.2. One layer. Okay, that's the structure. What's going to happen when we slice this is the printer is going to bridge these areas. And it can bridge really well. So when it goes to draw that circle, the circle is going to have an attachment at each side to that bridge. And this little part here is going to probably bridge fine, this little arc. There might be just a tiny bit of droop here, but it's gonna work. And these pockets are going to be clean. So I will now export this. Export. And we'll call this corrected hole test. Save. Okay, I'm going to print both of these, but let's go over to the slicer and let's see what happens when we slice this guy. Okay, so there's our original one. I'm going to, next to it, I'm going to import our corrected hole test. Okay, so this is the corrected one, and we'll slice. And now, well, no, this is the corrected one up here. What you can see, so we're doing our pockets just fine, but then when we get to that first layer, the original one tries to print this circle in midair. In this one, we're creating bridges across here. And in the next layer, there's our square, and we're creating bridges across here. Whereas this is still trying to print another circle in midair. And then when we get to the next one, there it's printing the circle, and you can see where it's contacting the bridges. So this is going to print cleanly. So let's go ahead and print these, and then we'll take a look at them. So those are our pockets, and as you can see, it works quite well. Now, you can do that with larger pockets too. This is a 20 millimeter square, and this is a big hex and a hole in the middle of it. And we're going to do the same thing. This is the bottom view. I'm going to select this inner surface. I'm going to do a new sketch. I'm on the center point, so I've already got the center, but I could import that circle if I needed it. And we're going to do a centered rectangle, and just like before, we're going to make it as wide as our pocket and as tall as our hole. So my hole is 7 millimeters. We're about 14 millimeters across on that. Yeah, so we'll go 14 by 7. Close. And we'll pocket that 0.2 of a millimeter, 0.2. And then I'll come in here to this inner surface, and we'll do a new sketch. And again, we'll do a square, and this time the size of our hole. So 7 by 7. Close. And I'll pocket that 0.2 of a millimeter. Same deal. And then we'll export this. And I'll come in here to Prusa Slicer, and we'll import that as well. Put it off to the side, and we'll slice. And again, if we look, what happens? Yes, I've got a brim turned on because it's cold in here. About 60 degrees Fahrenheit, and printing is tough when it's that cold. There's our pocket. We get up to that first layer of it, of the hole, and where is it? There. And you can see it's bridging across the hex part. And then the square bridge, and then our hole. with a little bit of bridging over here at the corners. So it's going to support that hole just fine. Pretty neat trick, huh? So there you go. That's how you can make your models not require supports for those pockets. And they can work up to larger, as we showed, much larger diameter things as well. So it's a little extra work. It's an extra step or two that you've got to do to finish the model up. But if it makes your model print without supports, then that's just makes it easier for the end user, doesn't it? Or anybody that's printing it. So I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also, if you're not already a subscriber, click to subscribe. Join us on the Facebook channel for discussion about the videos. And if you'd like to help support this channel, please click to support me on my Patreon page.